Hello everyone. If you're new to the channel, marhaba, bienvenidos, and welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. So as you probably can see, I have an amazing new intro and a new haircut. No more mountain man beard. I must admit, I do miss it. Ugh. This video and hopefully much more are going to be coming in collaboration with The Guild, which is a collection of great content creators I am super excited to join with and to create more content for y'all. I will still be making videos for myself and my personal channel, and with your help, you will make this channel grow. So thank you all in advance. Today we're going to paint everyone's favorite mercs, the Stormcrows. I've already done my Stormcrow archers. They're right here. I will be showing a better close-up, but I've already did my mercs already. Or my archers, rather. And I want to show folks how I like to paint them. I also left the paints that I use in the description box below. As always, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. And also, follow me on Instagram for more content at Cobra's Finest with a Z for at the end of Cobra. Thank you very much and have a great day. As you can see, here are my Stormcrow archers. So we're going to do a similar paint scheme with the very heavy browns and the lighter browns to kind of accentuate that. I really want to make sure that we have the leathery feel of them. That's why instead of using my normal nil oil, I'm going to use a Seraphim Sepia. And so that's where we're going with that. And of course, the basing we're going to use is the Vallejo mud, which is what I use for the bottom of these guys. So we're going to go from this, primed and ready to go, to hopefully this, where you could see this is not yet washed. And that's why the silver seems a little bright. Or the Leadbleacher seems a little bright, but I hope that's going to dull down a little bit by us doing the actual painting. So we're going to go from this, primed and ready to go, to hopefully this, where you could see this is not yet washed, and that's why the silver seems a little bright, or the Leadbleacher seems a little bright, but I hope that's going to dull down a little bit by us doing the actual painting. So first we're going to start with the brown. We're going to just start the Wyldwood brown. So we're just going to push that a little bit on there to kind of just get it through. One of the good things about using contrast paints for these models is it just flows right on and you don't feel bad about making mistakes or whatever like that. And again, if you feel like you've painted over something that you want to change to a different color, don't worry too much about it. The good thing about contrast paints is that I feel that if you use a Citadel or even a Vallejo base paint, you'll be able to kind of paint over the contrast paint fairly easily. Again, if you don't want to do that, I highly suggest not doing that. I mean, it's up to you. Again, we're just trying to have these painted up so they can be, on the table. I'm a big believer in painting your minis. And, like everybody has a different style or, feels a little bit differently about painting. So, and I'm not one to shame people for not painting their minis to play. It's just for what I'm trying to do and the game that I do like having painted minis. That might just be a carryover of my 40K days. But again, if someone doesn't paint their minis, I mean, the good thing about A Song of Ice and Fire is that it's easily distinguishable which army is which. So you're not having these just gray models. It's, they actually have some color coordination for the different factions, which is always, just always fun. So as you can see, this guy over here, he's finally got his brown on for the fur, for his little tunic. Next, we're going to start with the arms. Let me just get that piece right here so we don't have any white. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, I painted up the brown spots. There's going to be some areas that I might have to touch up again afterwards. So now we're going to do the sleeves and the pants. For the pants and the sleeves, we're going to use Mournfang Brown, I think it's called. It's basically the same color that I use for my horses that, as everyone knows, I do love cavalry in this game. One of the reasons why I got into it was I finally was able to paint horses, since I'm not paying Forge World prices for insanity of the Craig corpse that have like mechanical horses or whatnot. And so my favorite horses to paint were the Flayedmen and the Tully Cavaliers, where they were hard to find before, but now, it's a little bit easier. So here you go with the brown. And just feel free to make sure that you're thinning your paints and, using that. You're seeing my palette that has seen much better days. This may or may not have been my wife's palette that she graciously donated to me. Honestly, I'm super lucky in that regard. I want to make sure it's the camera's focusing. I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so you could see like the browns. I like to make sure, I don't know if there's a painting actual term for this, but I don't want it to be so, monochromatic where you can't tell what ends and when, you know what I mean? So I'd rather have it, bold colors that kind of contrast versus, colors that are way too similar and where you feel like it's just one big potato, where it's just one big one color blah. I mean, I remember back in the day I used to paint that way, and a lot of it was just because I wanted to get painting done. And I just realized that that's also not that great to just paint, and also I wasn't very good at painting, and I got very frustrated because why isn't my painting so good? Or why isn't my painting, sorry about that, guys, why isn't my painting like some guy who's been painting for 30 years? So again, so as you can see, here you go, the pants are done. I'm trying to make sure that it's focused on this so you're not really seeing, oh, I'm almost missed a spot. Make sure I got that. Yeah, and again, like I said before, if you feel like you've gotten some on it that you really didn't want to go on that model, I think the shade will help out, or you could paint over it with another stronger color. Okay, so the next one we're going to use is the Leadbleacher for the shield and for the shield and everything like that, and the sword and everything. So the next up, we're going to be using Leadbleacher on some of the metal parts. So again, you got to thin your paints, like certain creator or content creator that we all know and love if you're into painting, and especially wargaming painting. Duncan Rhodes, if you ever see this, I do appreciate all your tutorials. Anyway, so yeah, oh, yikes. Want to make sure it's on the camera and you're focusing in on it. Sorry, we're having some focusing issues. Thank goodness for this tripod that I'm using. I feel like it's helping out a lot and making my videos just a slight schnazzier, as it can say. And again, like I said, if you feel like the Leadbleacher is too bright, this is one of those moments where you're gonna really see the use of shading and how important shading can be to really make your minis pop. You know? Excuse me. And so that's that's one of the things I love about these models is that these models are so intricate but they're not impossible to paint where you don't feel like you're and some models are super fun to paint like these mercs, and I think that that's really something we should look into. So here you go. um As you can see, I'm leaving some spots out for the shield because we're going to put some Balthazer Gold in between the shields to kind of not make it just look like one big silver piece. It's one of those things. Again, also, this is a personal preference of mine. I personally really prefer to paint the back of my shields just to make it a little bit more realistic. I know that sounds a little silly, but, bear with me here. Okay, and so we're going to put the Balthazer Gold on the shield and the hilt of the sword. At least I hope that's what it's called. If anybody on the comment section knows what the heck the sword, that part of the sword is, please let me know in the comments. And so the good thing about this is that, as long as you have this on the shield, even if you miss a spot, you can even shade it and then make it look like it's a battle damaged, which I like. In the immortal words of a great painter, I think his name is Bob Ross. Yeah, Bob Ross. Is it Bob Ross? Yeah, like some man rambling. It's just not mistakes, just happy accidents. So here you go. Oh, very good. So the top of that. Okay. The problem with Balthazer Gold that I find is sometimes if you don't shake it well enough, it kind of like doesn't, it's like separates. So just make sure you have you give it a good shake when you do it. Now for the exposed skin, like the face and the hands, we're going to use Guilliman's Flesh Tone. And this is one of those where, less is a little bit more. And as I'm telling you this, I'm giving these guys a proper tan. Ha ha ha. Oh, yep, there you go. And make sure you just get the faces there. If you're ever looking for faces tutorials, maybe one day I can get my friend to show people how to do it, because I'm terrible at faces and I make no hiding of it. I am awful at it. So you get the hand over here. Perfect. Okay, see? Done. And now for the hair, we're gonna use Hazdreg Yellow, because we're gonna give him a dirty blonde look, similar to Brienne of Tarth, or at least my model that has Brienne. So it comes out when you first put it on as a very brown yellow. But once you put it on and it dries, it actually does come out very, very yellow. This is how I got my Baratheons. All my Baratheons that have yellow Baratheon stuff, they're all painted with this yellow. Because I just think that it's such a great paint and such a great color. Okay, there you go. Oh, missed a spot. So now, yeah, we just make sure. Okay. So there you go. We're going to go and make sure that we'll put a wash on him after this paint dries, and then we'll show you the end result. And so there we have it. We have the wash on it. It's going to dry, but it really makes the browns pop and the other colors pop a little bit better, and now it doesn't look so shiny, especially on the shield where it looks like it's a battle-hardened shield, which is awesome. Thank you for joining us. I will be painting the rest of the squad up in this similar fashion, and then I will show the end results. Thank you again. Bye. And so there we have it. We have the wash on it. It's going to dry, but it really makes the browns pop and the other colors pop a little bit better, and now it doesn't look so shiny, especially on the shield where it looks like it's a battle-hardened shield, which is awesome. Thank you for joining us. I will be painting the rest of the squad up in this similar fashion, and then I will show the end results. Thank you again. Bye. The finished product. Hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you very much for watching. And so remember to like, share, and subscribe.